That's what I was doing. That's what I was.
Not doing.
Yes. Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane live 5:11 p.m. out here in sunny California. It's Friday, Fender Friday, 5150 Friday. I don't something. Who's opening their what's going on? Who's in here?
Hi, Dave.
Besides Dave.
Hi, Jay.
Oh,
Hi, Johnny.
hey you guys. Wow, it's been a crazy week. It seems like I've been doing these, not just me, but it seems like there's been a video like almost every day, like this entire week almost. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then now. So like 4 in a row, and I can't remember anything. Like
Tuesday?
I was just telling, I did.
Oh.
I did a video Tuesday, and I was just telling Jay, I'm like, yeah, weren't we talking last night? And he's like, no, that was not before.
Mm-hmm. It was like 2.5 hours, dude.
And I have no memory of that conversation.
Maybe that's probably for the better.
Yeah. Yes. So hey everybody. Michael Bishop, Desiree, I think. Adam, Mr. BHB. Is that Bruce? Frank Corsorin. Stefan. Bruce Anderson. One. Everybody. Paul Glover. Vinny. Happy birthday, Vinny.
Again.
Matthew Stewart. Yes. Everybody that's in the live chat room with us. If you want to say hi, we can say hello back. Pascal is here all the way from France.
Jeannie says.
Mark Taylor.
Oh, there she
Ginny
is.
says. Is it Ginny?
Jeannie.
Jeannie says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's new?
Pussycat.
There's another Frank C in here. Hey man. What's new since the last time we talked yesterday?
Well, I got something new.
I can't wait to see it.
Well, I don't have it yet, but Scott Smith from Musicraft texted me today and wanted to confirm my address because the strat neck for the multicolored taped pacer that Rob is painting for me is on its way. It's done, and he said it's amazing. He said it was really great, and he can't wait for me to see it. So I should probably have that by Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast shipping for those guys. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, I think they're either in upstate New York or they're somewhere.
Somewhere, I hope.
Huh? You've ordered like so many things from them, and you don't know.
Yeah, are they usually like a couple days?
Maybe they're a couple days. Yeah, and it's what's today, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday, you don't really count the weekend.
Okay.
So Monday, Tuesday, I should have it Tuesday.
You can count Saturdays. Sundays you can't count.
Depends.
All right, so maybe Monday. Maybe I'll have it Monday. Who knows? I actually think that they're in Jersey somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Thomas. Michael Smith. Look at this.
Lots of people here.
Jeremy Carter.
Well, I've got some big news.
Uh-huh.
Real big news, actually. I may, after how many years, have found a new pick that I might be switching to. I usually use, well, not usually, always use the orange Tortex picks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since I can remember. The 60 or 0.60 millimeter. So when I got the EVH picks, the striped ones, that are the same, thickness, they feel actually like the thickness of the Tortex 50s.
Right, but a different feel because they.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
So a few days ago on Amazon, I ordered some Dunlop Max Grip 73s, and they feel like the thickness of the 60 Tortexes. And I was just screwing around before after I got them, and they feel really good.
Well, they are the EVH ones those striped EVH ones.
Yeah.
They are the Max Grip. They're Max.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but the .60 is a little bit lighter than the 73.
Yes.
I use both. When I play on a guitar with 10s on it, I use the 73s, and when I play a Floyd Rose guitar, I use the 60s, the EVH version, or the gray ones like you have.
Yeah, I tried using these ones, and they're too thin for me.
See, I love them. I absolutely love those.
Well, you got to remember, I'm a metal guy, so you know what I mean. They're too.
You're not made of skin and blood.
Yeah, they just feel a little too floppy. I feel like I can't get enough. I can't destroy my strings fast enough with those.
Well, geez, if I'll buy those from you, I'll take them off your hands.
Come on, man! I got to save these. These are awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, they're too cool looking not to keep.
Well then, shush.
But like they made me, trying them out and feeling the Max Grip texture, made me try the thicker ones, and I really like them. I'm gonna screw around later on with them, play a little more, go back and forth between the orange Tortexes and see. But these feel really good.
You're gonna fall in love with those Max Grips. I mean, I can't play without that little, the grip part. I can't. It's amazing. It's a lifesaver. It's a lightsaber.
And the one thing I did notice instantly was the pick scraping is so much better with the Max Grips than the Tortexes. The Tortexes have more of a rounded, I don't know about rounded, but thicker edge. It feels like it can't really dig in.
Right.
These ones you can really dig in with them.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Eddie has the best pick scraping sound ever.
I always felt like the Dunlops. It was once they kind of wear, they get kind of dull on the sides, and the pick scrape you can't really get that sound from them.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I've kind of found.
Yep. So I'm gonna play a little more with them and see. But you're right, Dave. I think I might fall in love with them.
Cool. Good for you.
All these years.
It's a good find. I used to play with the yellow Tortex forever, which is, I think they're, what are they, .80s or something like that? A little bit heavier than those, than the orange, and they bend, and I don't like that either. I don't like the fact that they bend. I mean, they distort. They don't stay flat like these do. They don't stay flat. They actually distort after a while.
Yes, they do.
I don't like that at all.
What metal do you listen to or play? Matthew Stewart is asking. Oh gosh, man. Put me on the spot now. I'm a huge Meshuggah guy, except I think their last few albums are a little I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Boring. But Gojira is great. Byzantine is awesome. Yeah, whatever. But this is the Eddie Van Halen show, so.
It's an everything show.
Yeah, you can talk about those bands, but it's like you'll be talking some other language to us.
Yeah.
I still don't know what you just said.
In fact, don't you, when you talk about those bands, don't you have to say it like this? Raw, 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 raw.
It's funny you say that because years ago, this is probably about 2003, maybe 2002. I went and saw Pantera, maybe even earlier than that, 2001, whatever it was. It was on the tour of their last record, and Morbid Angel opened up for them. Now, you guys probably have no idea who Morbid Angel is, right?
I know who they are.
Okay. Well, I'm not a big Morbid Angel guy, but between songs, the singer goes up to the microphone, and usually, you know, even though you're screaming, you'll talk to the crowd like a normal human being, right? This guy goes up to the microphone. He's like, "We are Morbid Angel. We're a death metal," and I'm like, "Come on, man." You know?
Well, maybe that's why he was the singer in that band, because that's the way he actually just talked.
That's a good point.
You know, so if he can talk like that, he can definitely sing like that.
Yeah.
And where am I? Showman, thank you. It says I'm well lit.
Well lit. Good.
How'd you know? Yeah.
Yes, the Reinventing the Steel tour. There you go, Matt. I'm sorry. My brain doesn't work too well when I'm on these shows.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it can kind of it can you can just forget everything all of a sudden. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, I think. For me,
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. David Beane here.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of guitar picks, I've used for years is it Herco? Is that how you pronounce it? I use them. I don't know how to spell them or say them. The Flex 75s. And they have like a grip.
Yeah.
So they're
Those
kind of
were-
like the Max
those were
Grip
the-
then?
Those were the EVH picks for a while too.
Sort of. Kind of, yeah. Like that first, the gray ones, the first ones
Yeah.
they put out, they were kind of like these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And Dave, that pic you were talking about of mine that you saw, you thought it was blue.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a black one
Oh.
right here. Yeah, it's a Dunlop. It says JohnnyBean.com on one side, and then has my my chicken scratch
Ooh.
on the other. Yeah, and these are heavy. These are there's no bending.
Those are 2.0s.
So how many times did you sign that autograph to upload it before you made sure it was perfect? That's the one I want to have on my guitar picks.
Probably like 100 times on the same piece of paper, over and over and over and over, and then finally I got the one, and that's the one I scanned. Yeah, and that's what it looks like right there.
Dude, I could do that the first time for you.
It's kind of ugly now,
You got to put it in front of your face.
you know. Oh yeah, that's
It's,
right.
yeah, it's focusing on you.
That's right.
Kind of.
Sort of. But yeah. So these were like, got these like 10 years ago. I know it's you can't read it.
Nope.
Actually, this isn't the 2.0s. This is the one underneath that.
Oh, okay.
Little thinner.
1.75.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well be using a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Look what I found in my attic, in my Balance CD cover.
Oh, the Meadowlands.
Yep, that was awesome.
Wow.
Yep. Look at the price. Can you see the price?
$40.
$40. That's with the surcharge.
My goodness.
Yep.
April what?
April 25th,
Of what year?
95.
Man.
Yep.
you weren't there?
I wasn't at the Meadowlands, no.
You went to the
Had to have been the Garden. No, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't the Garden. Maybe it was Uniondale.
probably, yeah. And Collective Soul.
Mm-hmm. I saw them a couple times on that tour, and I saw them in San Jose, and that was Slash's Snake Pit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Opened up.
cool. That's cool.
And there might have been another band as well, but I'm not sure. And then I saw them in Oakland, and it was Shaw Blades, as in Jack Shaw.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like Dave now. Tommy Blades, you know, from Nightsticks.
Or Tommy Shaw.
Yeah, it was Shaw Blades, Tommy Shaw, Jack Blades. And it was cool. They played acoustic. It was just them on acoustic, and then I think the drummer Michael, the guy, the drummer from Damn Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had a guitar player too. I don't know who it was though. But they mostly did, they did the High Enough and, all that stuff.
And I'm sure you guys both saw him on the Carnal Knowledge tour, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw them in Kansas City with Alice in Chains opening. And I remember,
what year was that?
91.
Okay. Because I saw him on, I guess, the second leg.
August.
93, I saw him. And they're with the Vince Neil Band with Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens, I saw them.
It was awesome.
That was right here, right now.
That was outdoor.
Yep, that was at the Orange County Speedway in Middletown, New York. That's where it was. That was my first concert.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. That was the year that Eddie gave Steve Stevens the Pink Music Man.
Mm-hmm. And didn't he let him use his amps too on there?
Yep. Yeah, just to make things go smoother.
Yeah.
I remember I saw that tour as well. That would have been at Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View. And Steve Stevens had the little Ray, little toy,
yes. Mm-hmm.
GUN, and I had never known. I never knew that's how he got those sounds,
Really?
No.
It wasn't always like that. He used to get them out of different different effects units like chorus pedals and vibrato pedals, and just turning up the rates and stuff. And he realized that he was taking too much gear on the road with him, so he found these toys that were, took up less room, so he used the toys. And
then he put something in there to kind of speed up and slow down the.
Yeah, he used the pot. He used the potentiometer.
There's a video that I actually watched recently, and somebody asked him about him, and he pulls one out. He's like, "This is the one I used through all the settings, and it's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool." Because the first song on that Vince Neil album, "Look in Her Eyes," the solo in that song is ridiculous, and he uses that GUN. Darn it! I messed that up. You got to cut the last hour and a half off of the show, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really cool. And then when they were setting up all their gear on stage, they brought it out, and the mic stand, he had like a cup attached to the mic stand, and the tech came over and put the GUN in the cup. And I was like, yes. He opened with that song, and it was really, really good.
Yeah. I can't remember if he was playing a Pink Music Man or a black one when I saw him.
Well, Eddie gave him both. Eddie gave him one of each.
So it was one or the other that I saw. And I had met him, I want to say that same year. He was he was playing the Music Man guitars, but he actually was with Washburn, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I met him he did a signing, a clinic in somewhere around here. I forget where. And I've got the poster somewhere. It says, his name on it and stuff. And, that was years before cell phones so I never got a picture with him or anything, but I remember meeting him and him signing the poster and then being really excited that he was opening for Van Halen,
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It was like some sort of Frankenstein Washburn guitar that he played. Or that he was signing the posters for. Like the graphic looked like the monster Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was a Steve Stevens model.
Showman? Yes. Oh, Jim. Thank you, Jim Nicholas. The Vince Neil tour was awesome. Jim says he saw it outside at a racetrack in Weedsport. Am I saying that right? New York? Is that right, Dave? Vince and Steve.
Weedsport, New York? What is that?
I don't know. Weedsport. I don't know. It's got to be upstate somewhere.
Is that a typo for Middletown?
I don't know.
It went away.
Wantagh, maybe. Wantagh, New York.
Weed spot? Yeah. Anyway, New York.
There's a lot of those in New York.
Vince and Steve both sounded great. Lots of girls at that show. Hey now, he says.
Broken Change says checking in. Hi guys.
Hey, broken.
Chris Link says what's up.
Is that what that was? He retracted that message.
No, that's after that. After that.
Oh. What he said? He said what's down?
I don't know what he said.
Yeah, there is a wheat sport.
Okay.
Gene says, way upstate by Syracuse.
Oh, up in
Somewhere.
by Syracuse. Yeah, my dad would probably know where that is, but I have no idea. My father's from there.
But yeah, speaking of Vince Neil and you've got the Bill and Ted, all that stuff. Didn't they do a song for? Wasn't they played a song that night from a Bill and Ted movie? Didn't they?
Did they?
Encino Man, you're thinking of?
Huh?
Encino Man, I believe you're talking about. You're talking about Vince Neil Band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that "You're Invited but Your Friend Can't Come" song that was on Encino Man.
Oh, and that's is that Pauly Shore?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting my Bills and my Teds and Pauly's all mixed up. Although it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. Huh? Remy Delight 90 just got a Boss PS6 Harmonist. Uh-oh, look out.
I got one of those too. Got one of them going right now. Right now.
It's always on, huh?
Right now it is.
There's always a slight buzzing coming from that room. A slight chorused.
That's not from my harmonist though.
It's his chair.
Oh,
there it is. That was it. Right there. Oh, Jim says it's an actual town outside of Syracuse. Bunch of farmers, he says.
Yep.
That's cool. Very cool.
J-Tay 2315 says, Me gustan las guitarras. I hope I said that correctly.
What does that mean?
Can you translate it, though?
How do you translate that? Let's see if I can.
I'm assuming he's saying that he plays guitar.
Yeah, because I can't.
Is that right?
You can't translate it.
It's either that or what guitar are you? What is the guitar you're holding or something like that? I failed Spanish 3 years in a row. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think you're wrong too.
I probably am.
It says I like guitars. I like guitars.
Oh,
cool.
It means I like guitars. Yes, cool. Awesome. Very awesome.
You know too much. Get out of here.
We do too. We like them too. Black ones. We like black ones. Guitars.
BBG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like red ones. I got red guitars.
Yeah, I like them all kinds of colors.
Even the unpainted, even the wood looking.
Yeah, yeah.
Ones that look like trees.
You see, it means I like guitars, and then Mark Taylor wrote, "It means I want to give you free guitars." Okay.
Cool.
Well, hey, there's an address right below in the video here. Yes.
Cat dumpling, cold dead hands. You can grab it from my cold dead hands. I say that to my dog all the time because my dog always looks at me when I'm eating. I'm like, cold dead hands, Brandy. Cold dead hands.
I see one for you, Dave.
What is it? Hey guys, any opinions on the EVH 212 cabinets? I've had mine for the past 3 months and it still sounds very bland and stiff sounding. Well, geez, what are you using? What are you using with it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using 2 of them. Actually, I'm using 3 cabinets. 2 of them are the EVH 212s, and one of them is a Dumble style 212. And man, I think they sound great. I don't really know if that translates over this. if
Yeah,
you
you
were
could hear it.
if you were in the room here, it really sounds good. So I'd give it a little more of a try. Let those speakers break in a little bit. I've had these speakers for probably 2 years. So if you just got them, play it some more, and let those speakers break in.
Like that.
Yeah.
Get them speakers moving.
Yeah.
Garrett King says, "Hey guys, Dave, I have a question. What is the string height of your 5150 guitar?" It is about 1/32 off the 12th fret.
$130. 1.32.
Yep. I have very, very low action. Most people say that it's too buzzy, but I have very light touch, and I play with a lot of distortion.
You got to come set my guitar up.
All the time?
No, not all the time.
Always distorted?
No, not always, but I mean, my action is super low. The action on this particular guitar is the tiniest bit higher, and I'm really starting to like it. But it's the tiniest bit higher than normal.
Yeah, I think my action's too high.
I'm really starting to, that I can see from here that action's too high. For that guitar, that action is too high.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You presented me.
I'm trying to look at your action.
And my shorts. See, there's my 12th fret.
God.
Thank you, Jate.
But getting some fretting out on my high E string. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Then again, it was set up for standard. Now I tuned it down half a step. So.
Yeah, all my guitars except for one are tuned standard. But and I keep the neck super duper straight. There's not any of this in it at all. It's super straight. In fact, some might even say it's got a back bow. It's curved this way a little bit. It doesn't bother me at all.
Man, please stop texting me.
Yeah, I got to adjust this thing. I'm like really scared to do it. I don't know why.
Why?
I have no idea.
Have you ever worked on your own guitars before?
Yes, I used to. I have no problem setting up a floating Floyd, but for some reason I'm really scared to adjust anything on this thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I've slapped all kinds of guitars together myself. Just parts, play it all the time, no problem. I get a nice guitar, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
scared of it.
Yep.
Matthew Stewart just asked a great question. He says, Dave Nesdall, if I hook up a 100-watt head to a 112 cabinet, will it be more comparable for bedroom volume than a 412? No, it's not the amount of speakers that you're using. It's the volume of the head, and it's the actual taper of the pot. Some 100-watt heads, you can't keep it bedroom volume no matter what cabinet you have it plugged in, no matter no matter what you do with it. Some heads sound really good at that bedroom volume where you can just crack it open. If you have say a delay pedal in the effects loop, it actually will help because you could use the input gain from that to keep it at a much lower volume. So you can actually mess with the volume that you're using on the input of the effects loop.
Remember all that.
Yeah. Pause this, rewind a little bit.
Unless somebody said something before this, then it's going to be gone.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. None
Oh,
of this
this
is going to be
is
here
late.
later.
If somebody mentioned my Hulkamania shirt. Yeah, man.
Hulkamania.
Yeah. See? Check out the back. I feel like every time I'm on, I can't wear like a plain shirt. I gotta wear something either stupid or stupid.
Yeah. Well, not that this shirt is stupid, but yeah, I changed my shirt just for this. You know,
I love that picture.
fits the theme. You know, and it's Jason.
Yeah.
Gotta love him. Love you, Jason.
Tubin1 says, did any of you guys hear the story of Ernie Ball cleaning the neck on Eddie's 5150 Kramer and him being upset about it? Yes, on both accounts. But what Eddie didn't realize is when they made a digital reproduction of his necks, they couldn't do that without that fretboard being clean, or else it wouldn't be the true size of the neck, because all of his finger gunk adds to the size of the neck. So, you know, in order for them to get a true reading, they had to clean it up. What they should have done is asked him for permission first, but they didn't, and he was upset about that.
Yeah, one of the articles in one of these magazines I was skimming through last night talks about that, on how they made a bunch of different necks for him. He's like, it's not right. It's not right. So that's when they did the digital copy. And he's like, yep, that's it.
Yeah. And Mark Taylor asked if I have any fret buzz when my necks are so straight. Acoustically, yes. All my guitars buzz a little bit. They're Strats buzz. But through an amplifier, you can't hear any of the buzz. So I'm fine with it. I don't really care if my guitars buzz. You can't. I dare anyone to tell me that they're buzzing through an amplifier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All mine buzz. They buzz through an amp. They buzz acoustically. They're just all the time.
Yeah, buzzing and fretting out are two different things.
That too.
Like that. That's fretting out. My high E frets out a little bit. That's not regular.
Yeah, but even through an amplifier, that's you can that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't bother me. Don't play that note. Play an E string somewhere else.
I'm sure if I tune it up, it probably won't buzz or fret out, whatever.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yo, Omega, why did Eddie leave Kramer and Ernie Ball? You'll have to ask him. He left Kramer because of money. I don't know why he left Ernie Ball. I do know why he left Ernie Ball, but I'm not saying.
Yeah, look that up.
Because Peavy started making him some great guitars.
And that's the only reason. Is that true what Cat Dumpling said? I know Ernie Ball repaired the 5150 and put an Ernie Ball decal on the headstock.
Yep, they did. It was on there.
Yeah, I would have been ticked at that too.
That's kind of weird if you think about it. I mean, I understand. You know, he's with Ernie. You know, he's not with Kramer anymore, so he's with Ernie Ball. So I can understand them putting the label on there, but that's kind of.
Well, was Kramer upset when Eddie would play a Steinberger?
Kramer wasn't upset about anything. Eddie was a silent partner in Kramer. He owned Kramer.
Oh, so it didn't really matter what he did.
No.
Well, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been what they were.
Well, yes. At first, he was just an endorsee, but then he had stock in it. He owned it.
Remember those strings? Remember those Kramer 5150 strings?
Yeah.
The weird gauges. Those ones you're talking about?
9 through 40.
Yeah, something crazy. And this is before I bought a pack, before I realized that if you change your string gauge, you know, you're going to be all messed up as far as your bridge. So I had a floating bridge, and I put the strings on, and it was like, my guitar is all messed up. And yeah, I had no clue what I was doing at the time. But they were Eddie Van Halen strings, so I had to have them.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, BB Ninja, I went on to the, I meant to respond to you, but I forgot, because that's what I do. I forget a lot. I checked out, which one? Hold on a second. I'm pulling up the message right now, and for some reason it's not working. But I tried to search for that one pack, the free pack for the Kemper, and nothing was coming up. Is my internet down or something?
No.
Oh, there we go. No, the message wasn't loaded. Yeah, he told me to look for the Tone Junkies pack on the Rig Exchange for the Kemper, and nothing was popping up. So I saw the Tone Hammer one had a couple of free amps, but I couldn't find the other one. Maybe I'm not doing something right, but.
Douglas Bedore asks if Eddie is greedy. Let me ask you a question, Douglas. If every company, if you were one of the best guitar players on the planet.
What do you mean one of the best? If you're the best.
And everyone wanted a piece of you, and not only did you want to go with the best company, the best instrument, but you also wanted to make some money. Does that make you greedy, or does that make you a good businessman? I mean,
or just make you smart.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. There's no such thing as being greedy, you know, as far as I'm concerned. And he deserves every penny he makes. He deserves every penny and everything that he gets. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here talking about this crap.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if he was making a killing off of every guitar he sold and there were pieces of crap and he didn't care, then there might be a little bit of a problem. But, you know, you put out good guitars, you deserve to make a lot of money.
Yeah, guitars where the high E string buzzes. Yep.
It's almost like a professional athlete.
No, you're right.
If the money's there, they got to take it.
Remember when he first started with Ernie Ball?
Yeah.
And he said they were only making so many a year.
Yeah.
What was it? I forget the. I've got the clip. I've got the clip. It's from MTV. I've actually I transferred it from VHS. It's on my computer. It's him outside his studio, and he's got some Ernie Ball guitars like in a golf cart, and he's showing the guitars to the camera. And this was right when the guitars first came out, and he's talking about how most companies make so many in a month, and he was saying they're basically making that many, you know, per year.
Right.
You know, so the guitars are very, very limited, and he wanted every guitar to be pretty much identical, so you could go into any store anywhere, grab one off the display, and it being just like his guitar. You know.
Mm-hmm.
25,000 a month to bid in that?
Yeah, right.
Well, then they were making. Oh, Ernie Ball made 1,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, that varies because there were two different interviews. One where Eddie said they were making 1,000 a year, and the other one said they were making 2,500 a year. But they were also in two different time periods. I think one was in 91 and the other interview was in 94 or 95.
Yeah, so that's probably ramped it up a little bit. You know, if they were selling, you gotta fill the need. Bozique says, okay, even though I'm late to this discussion, here's my point of view on it. I hate it when gear is overpriced by 30 to 40% because it has a particular artist's name on it. There's two ways to look at that. You know, if an artist is the one that puts his name on something and they have some integrity, they're going to make sure that the stuff getting put out is quality stuff. So, I mean, is it 30 to 40%? he's making on each guitar? Dave, do you know?
I really don't know. I really don't know. But you know what? The thing is, the quality of the Wolfgang guitars. Let's go here. The Zakk Wylde guitars. That's an artist that puts out a guitar. He's using that guitar. It's absolute crap. The guitar is a piece of junk, and people are buying it because it's got his name on it.
Name on it, yeah.
Man, I've never played one, so I don't know.
Me neither.
Well, there you have it.
Alex Lifeson?
No, I understand the point of view of that. You know, if there's two sides to that, or if you're extreme, three sides to every story. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Anybody else get that joke? No. It's a good album.
Is Vito Bratta actually in the chat with us? Because that's the only time I've ever heard his name.
Axart Guitars?
No.
Could be.
Vito Bratta should never pick up a guitar again.
I have no idea who that is.
He was in a band called White Lion.
Oh.
And it was a very good band. He's a great guitar player, but he was an Eddie clone. And what bothers me about Vito Bratta is he would lift Eddie's lines note for note and put them in his records. Put them in his songs. Like you could actually say, oh, that's from I'm the One. Oh, that's from blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and you know, it's okay to take someone's style, but when you're taking someone's actual licks and putting it in your songs, I got to draw the line. And that's why I don't like Vito Bratta.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking some inspiration, you know, because we all do it. You know, we all play an instrument because of a certain, you know, certain players. And if you have those influences, of course, some of it's going to come out. But yeah, you're right. When you're lifting direct licks, exact licks from a solo or something, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think what Vito, he's a great guitar player, and he's a great Eddie. He does Eddie really well. He did Eddie one of the best Eddie guys out there. He was. But I have a problem. I have just what I said. I have a problem when you're lifting actual solos, you know, or parts of solos, and you're putting them in your songs. It just bothers me.
I'm gonna have to go listen now to some stuff.
I haven't heard any of their stuff for a long time. It's been at least, you know, 25 years, more 30 years. You know, whenever MTV used to play them, that was the last time I really heard their stuff. You know, other than, you know, the huge the hit When the Children Cry or whatever. You know, that you'll hear every so often, but.
Cat Dumpling, I know you're saying this about you. I got to read this. She says, I love Alex, but $6,000 for a 335 that's made wrong is absolutely mind-boggling. Even if his Access LPs were like $5,000 if you wanted one with a signature. You got to realize, and I'm sure you do because you're a very intelligent person, that has nothing to do with Alex Lifeson. It's all Gibson and their stupid pricing. That brand has outpriced themselves on everything that they do. You know, it's crazy. And if it has a signature on it, they put an even more ridiculous price on it. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way. It's not the artist that's doing that. And Alex Lifeson's 335 from that white one from the 70s, that was made wrong to begin with. So they copied a guitar that was made wrong. In the 70s.
How's it made wrong? What's wrong with it?
The neck is super duper thin. It's really narrow at the nut. I mean, it's like playing a toy. It's really not a great guitar. Alex Lifeson loves it, but there's a lot of things that are like, it's not a great 335, but it's a copy of Alex Lifeson's guitar, which is when people make replicas, they make them like that.
I thought that guitar looked cool.
It looks great, but you put it in your hands, like you can't play it.
When did that guitar come out? Like 2008, 2009, somewhere?
I think it came out a couple different times, to tell you.
Because in the Mayfire, we had an endorsement with Gibson. And they were giving us Gibson guitars to use on tour. Just give them to us, right? And I remember looking through the catalog or the website and seeing that guitar and telling the guys, it's like, I want this one. Although, never got it. I've never played one. I just thought it looked really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool.
Is Broken Chains talking about Dweezil Zappa? He's a great phone player.
Hang on 1 second. I know Kat thinks I'm I just want
weird.
to read. No, she thinks that I'm getting up on her. I don't want her to think that, because that's not the truth. Wasn't the issue. Let's see it. Oh, well, I didn't know that they put the volute in the wrong spot, but I mean, having a volute on any guitar is just like,
what's a volute?
A volute on the back of a headstock. It's a piece of wood. If a headstock is angled, like on that Wolfgang that Jay has, it's that headstock is angled back, but the area here at the nut is still pretty thick. But on most Gibsons, the angle of the headstock is so far back that if you break it, if the guitar falls, that headstock's going to break. So what they did in the 70s was they made this little piece of wood that was there that made this area here a lot thicker. So if a guitar dropped, chances are it wouldn't break in that area.
Mm-hmm.
It was the ugliest thing in the world, and didn't really do much for the guitar because those guitars still broke there.
Volute. I thought you were talking about like a flute or something.
No.
Skin volute. Yeah, Broken Chains. Dweezil can play Eddie really well, but when you said clone, I didn't know if you meant he sounds like he's ripping Eddie off on all his stuff, which I don't think he does. But yes, he can play Eddie really, really well, really well.
Well, so can Pete Thorne, and so can a lot of guys. So can Steve Stevens. A lot of those cats can do Eddie really well.
Yeah.
But you don't hear it in their playing when they do their stuff.
Yep.
Like Vito Bratta, all you heard was his Eddie playing. Or at least in their first record with Pride, was it Pride? I think that was the name of the record. That whole record was all Eddie. Everything after that, like I think the Main Attraction was the next record when he started using Steinberger guitars. You heard a little bit less of Eddie's sound, a little bit less Eddie's licks. But that first record, it was all Eddie Van Halen. Every song had an Eddie Van Halen riff or lick in it. And his tone, it was a blatant, the 1984 tone, that was the guitar sound.
Which album is this?
I think it's called Pride.
Okay, I'm going to go Spotify it after we're done.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's have a white line listening party after we're done here. I don't remember. Hey, Charlie S. I was really young when that came out, and I remember listening. I remember the videos. I remember listening to it, and of course, I was huge on Eddie. And I remember thinking, well, this guy, he's doing the tapping, and I could hear some certain things he was doing. It's like, that sounds like something Eddie. That sounds like one of Eddie's licks. I can see what you're saying, but it's been so long since I've actually heard it. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna go and try to sound like somebody else, you're really not going to get very far.
Nope.
I mean, unless you're in a tribute band. That's the perfect place to do that. If you want to go and totally copy somebody, you know, you'll get your gigs. You know.
Mm-hmm. Axart Guitar says, dude, he played a Steinberger, nothing like a Frankenstrat. Watch the videos from the song Wait.
Wait,
where he's playing an
wait.
ES Strat with a humbucker and a Floyd Rose on it. That whole first record, he's playing that guitar, which is a Frankenstrat type of guitar, a Strat with a humbucker and a Floyd Rose.
Did he do the duct tape with the pick on the guitar too?
He may have.
Or there was another guy. There was another guy who was really trying to be Roxy Blue. Remember a band called Roxy Blue? They had a song called "Rob the Cradle." Listen to that. The singer is trying to be. Well, just check it out. Look up the video for that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And after that, you never heard from them again. You know, but hey, you know, at the same time, if you really, really dig a certain style, a certain sound, or whatever, you know, you can't say it's wrong that they're doing what they're doing. I mean, look how far both those bands made it. You know.
Okay.
Well, there's a difference between being like ripping off and then just showing your influence.
I'm just saying that's exactly what I'm saying. For a guy that had made it big, coasting on someone else's coattails, that's one thing. Because I mean, Eddie Van Halen started everyone after him started playing like him with the tapping and taking it to wherever they did. But all I'm saying is Vito Bratta not only did that, but I mean he was taking actual riffs and putting them in his songs and taking it was like, you know, if it could have been Eddie's hands, it just bothers me. It's I can have this whole same conversation about Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's the same thing to me. I mean, I think Kenny Wayne Shepherd is an amazing guitar player, but he's making a living being Stevie Ray Vaughan. That bothers me.
Cool. Well, at least you're mad. At least that makes for some good good Friday night internet.
I'm just saying.
Friday night fights.
Yeah. So who's better, Stevie Ray Vaughan or Kenny Wayne Shepherd?
Well, the guy that's breathing, but you know.
But if it wasn't for Stevie Ray, there would be no Kenny Wayne, right?
Right. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, listen to Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and you tell me. Listen to the way he plays. He's an exact. He is, for all intents and purposes, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Is it getting hot in there, Desiree?
That sweatshirt's going to be coming off real soon.
He takes it off, and there's a Justin Bieber T-shirt. Yeah. I wouldn't know as far as the comparison. Well, I don't know.
I don't listen to him, so I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, I don't have a problem with anybody copying anybody else. It's, you know, as long as you're having a great time doing what you do. You know, I tend not to get mad about such matters.
Okay.
Or, you know, overly worked up, you know, about.
I think you guys are you know, you're taking it out of context. I'm just saying that I think Vito Bratta was an amazing guitar player, and I think he could have had his own style. He just chose to do this Eddie thing. He could have done, you know, just something slightly different, like when he started using Steinberger guitars on the second record. I think it was the second record, or whatever record he started using Steinberger guitars on it, and he went away from that pseudo Van Halen sound and that pseudo Van Halen style, and he became more of his own guitar player. But on that first record with all the hits on it, it was all Van Halen.
Well, that's how it always is. You
So
know,
do you
the,
think
the more you do, you know, the next record is always different.
Just listen to the record and tell me what you think first, because when you hear it, you'll be like, yeah, that's lifted off of Van Halen 1 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think maybe part of the reason is because, you know, how they always say you have your whole life to write your first record. So maybe these songs were being written, you know, he was ripping off licks because he was, I don't know how old he was when that first album came out. So maybe he, you know, he was writing all these songs for years.
Well,
What year
I mean,
was that?
he's in his 20s. I don't know how
80,
long he could be writing.
87? Was that 87, 88?
Yeah, something like that. 87, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe
Okay.
before they were signed and everything, and this album was being written, he was really, really heavy on the Van Halen stuff, and just
That stuff could, I mean, I don't know when that band, we're talking about White Lion, I don't know when they formed, but some of those songs or some of those licks he could have written back in 82, 83 when that was, you know, the biggest thing in the world to him. And so, wow, you know, they get big, they get signed. Oh, I got to put this stuff on this record, you know? Like he'd been playing that stuff for years.
yeah, those songs could have been around, you know, 4 or 5 years maybe before the album was done or something. So I mean, I know I understand both. You know, you don't want to hear somebody ripping off direct licks and direct solos. You just want to hear some influence. That's how I feel. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all play like Van Halen from time to time. But I don't see any of us going out of our way to take actual licks that are in Van Halen songs and putting them in our own songs and putting them on records.
mm-hmm.
Well,
that just bothers me. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that
Yeah.
bothers me. And that's what this dude did.
it's
You know, Broken Chain says Steve Brown is definitely influenced by Eddie as well. Of course he is. And they're friends. And Eddie knows it. And they're fine with it. But, you know, Steve Brown isn't playing Van Halen licks in Trickster songs. And he certainly isn't playing Van Halen licks in Def Leppard songs.
Yeah, you just might hear some influence in that. Which
Right.
he's playing them in the Rubik's Cube songs, though.
Yeah, because that's a cover band.
Yeah, and thank you. Awesome shirt.
Mhm.
Yes. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. What was it? I don't know.
People actually like my hair. What the heck is going on here?
They like it that somebody actually has hair on this show. That's what they like.
Well, I've never seen your head. I always just see a hat. So
Yeah, because there's no hair.
really?
There's nothing there. Yeah. No, there is. There actually is. But you know, this is my meme. I'm a walking meme.
But thank you. My cheap haircut. Everybody thinks it's a good haircut. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. I had a good response or remark or
We
something.
were talking about Trickster. We were talking about Steve Brown. We were talking about Dweezil
It was
Zappa.
before that. It was before. It had to do with Vito Bratta. Can't think of it. Weren't they from East Coast?
Just Vito. Vito was from Brooklyn. Well, I guess
Was that?
Lamastro, the bass player, also I think was from Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming for you, Dave. And I was pumped. I've had this thing, and I'm like, man, I got to show those guys. They're going to be like, what is that? And I showed it to Johnny the other night. I sent him a picture of it. He's like, oh, yeah, I have that. Or I've seen that. I'm like, man.
I had that years and years and years ago. It's a book, and yeah, I haven't seen it for.
Very good, Johnny.
Well, no.
Tomorrow I'll teach you Apple.
Oh man,
it's a book. No. I'm trying to think.
it's a book, boys.
Wow, glamour shots.
Yeah.
God.
No, I'm trying to think. what's the year on that book?
I believe it's
Is it 84? Is it 84,
might be
85?
83. Might be 83. I think it was I saw the date the other night. Hold on a second.
See what it says, because I'm almost thinking
Copyright 1984. Yep, you're right.
84. I'm almost thinking those may have been available on the 84 tour. I'm almost thinking that, because there was no tour book that year, but there was a fold-out poster. Are there any live shots in there from 84, or does it end?
No,
on
it's
Festival?
definitely before 84. Yeah, that's
There's
all.
there's no shots of him playing the Kramer 5150 in there.
Actually, yeah. I can't really. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's an early.
Yeah.
That's an early shot there too.
But most of the stuff is before that.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool, man. I haven't seen that book in so long. Man, I used to have all that stuff. You guys wouldn't believe all the stuff I used to have, and you know.
Man, some of these pictures, guys, holy crow. I mean, I know we all love Van Halen, but
No, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
it's so funny.
Absolutely horrible.
And you know
But
what idea that was too.
But
man.
that's their first. That's one of their first photo shoots. You know, is what that is. So they're doing all kinds of different stuff. You know. Yeah, that's the sparkler one, and then
On the tank, look at this one.
You're welcome.
yeah,
Tank.
that was actually backstage. That was backstage at a. Was it the Anaheim? Was it the Anaheim? Was it the World Music Festival? Was that it?
It's set Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. They're in front of that building or that stadium, I guess it is, right?
I'm thinking.
That's what it says on the
Yeah.
on the building.
Yeah.
behind it. Yeah.
That may be that may have been the same. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. That may have been the show where they supposedly parachuted out, out of a plane,
Mhm.
and then jumped on stage.
Oh, but it wasn't really them, though, right? It wasn't supposed to be. Yeah,
No.
that's right.
No, actually, a friend of mine was there and actually took pictures of the guys parachuting down.
That was Kiss.
Kiss did that?
No, I
Kiss
don't know.
parachuted down, and then Van Halen came out from backstage with the.
That's right. That's right. Kiss were Van Halen's body doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you think the sparkler picture was great, this one definitely takes the cake. On roller skates, man.
Yeah. Well, that's 1978. That
Yeah,
was
you can definitely tell which ones were, after the first album and stuff. That's definitely one of them, or during the first album.
mhm.
Another one.
Actually, I think during the recording of the second album is what that might be from. Yeah, it's late 70s photo shoots, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can find stuff way, way cheesy. You know,
I don't know.
Bay City Rollers. Look up some of their, you know.
Oh, you mean from different bands? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Different bands.
But that's cool because it's the Bay City Rollers and Casey and the Sunshine Band. If I saw them on roller skates, I would think that's cool because listen to their music.
Yeah. Look at that picture. I remember that one.
Yep.
That doesn't even look like Roth.
No, it doesn't. Who's this chick that's with him?
That's like 80, 81, 82, that picture, I think.
Oh, I don't think Roth approved this picture. He couldn't have.
Well, that's why it's in that book.
They figured no one would buy it, so it's like awesome stuff, though, man.
Man.
Yeah, the skating picture has a Three's Company vibe.
Yeah.
Jim says,
Somebody wrote that.
"Long live the Regal Bagel." Yeah.
And the Ropers. And the Ropers. The Ropers and Mr. Furley.
Oh,
It's a great show.
I was listening to KFI last night, the Tim Conway Jr. show I listened to, and he was interviewing Don Knotts' daughter because she I think she's a comedian.
Is her name Dawn Knotts?
Or something. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Dawn Knotts. It's a good one. I can't delete this video now. That was too funny.
No, Cat Dumpling says she sees red Naugahyde. That was before the Nauga was extinct.
What?
Are these red Naugahyde pants that Eddie's wearing right there?
And why does he look like he has a gunt?
What's a gunt?
I don't want to tell you on here.
Oh, you mean
It's a fupa.
when you see like what the wrestlers have if they're wearing like the same colored pants as they are tights or shorts? That's what it kind of looks like, but it's not. It's just the way the shadow's hitting them.
Oh, because he kind of looks like he has a fupa.
Fupa.
What's a fupa?
I'll tell you after the show.
Well, you can type it in the chat. I don't.
No, I'll type it here. Hang on a second.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, that's another magazine right there, man.
Yep, this one's got a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
That's basically that's like a compilation of like guitar. Is it guitar player? Guitar player
That's the
interviews.
guitar player, yep.
Yeah.
And it's got the unpublished interviews.
Up until 93 or something.
I don't know if you can read what that says right there.
Ah, gross.
Yeah, the chat room isn't seeing that.
Oh. All right. Well, I didn't know what that was. Now I know. Apparently, everybody else knows what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Where
What?
did it go? Is he going to show us?
He's gonna go look in the mirror.
Oh, damn.
Man, let's see more of those magazines, man. I haven't seen any of this stuff in years. And
I remember wanting this guy's guitar, man.
You don't see any of that stuff on the internet.
No.
That guy, yep.
Blues Saraceno. I remember thinking his name was Blues I forget how I used to. Blues Saraceno or something. I used to say it. With his plaid guitar.
Yeah.
Trembuckers. Remember these pickups?
Yeah.
That thing, those look pretty neat. Cool guitar.
Just another gimmick.
And whoever drew this is awesome.
Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool.
That's neat, man. Let's see. There's some good stuff, man.
Yeah. See, that's like from like that same day of them roller skating. He's wearing the same outfit.
Same outfit, yeah.
And that right there, they're recording the second record.
Yep. Yeah, because look, the shark is right behind his right leg. I don't know. Let's see if you can see that.
Sure.
Is that showing up?
Yep.
Okay.
And there should also be a Strat sitting there with a down electro neck.
It's not in this, but there's a bunch of beer cans. What are they drinking?
Schlitz.
Oh, look, I don't know if you could see this, but right on the top, there's a guitar laying on top of the amp behind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Silvertone.
Okay.
Right, Dave?
Yep.
Dave told me all this stuff.
Yep.
You guys are good.
He tells me a lot of stuff apparently.
Off the air.
I don't want to repeat.
Picture here.
Don't make me slap you in the fupa.
I'm gonna pass out from laughing.
There's the interview with Andy Johns in here, which is really good. Tells you about some of the gear that they used. Which is really neat.
Did maybe Dave? Maybe you'll know this. I should know this. Did Andy Johns? Did Andy Johns have anything to do with Best of Volume 1? With like the 2 new songs?
No, I don't think so. I thought he just did
Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah, carnal knowledge, and then
He also did Right Here, Right Now.
not even all of it. No, right?
What?
Andy Johns. He did the whole record? Did he produce the whole record? I thought
Which one?
carnal knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. Didn't Sammy not want him to? I don't think he produced Sammy's vocals though, right? Sammy and him saw eye to eye at first.
I don't know if, well,
I think he talks about it in his book.
I never read the book. They brought Ted Templeman in.
Yeah.
For some. Maybe he did the vocals, or it was something. Maybe it was Balance, where Sammy and did the vocals for Balance up in like Canada or something.
Maybe he finished them up there, but I know that was the first record that Eddie wanted input and was trying to tell Sammy what to sing. Was Balance. He said before that, Eddie never chimed in or anything. He just let Sammy do the vocals, and yeah, all of a sudden he wanted input and all that stuff. Remember
BB,
this?
hang on, BB. I didn't see your question before, but no, I'm not going to go see Andy Alendor tomorrow night in the city. Well, actually, Desiree and I haven't discussed it, but I don't think we are going.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Desiree wanted to go, would you go?
I'd go, but I wouldn't want to go.
I want to go.
So go.
Did you guys see Black Belt's comment?
He's playing at the Cutting Room tomorrow night.
And Andy did his first Facebook Live in like 6 months or something today. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I got the notification for it. I didn't actually. I did see some of it, but I was.
Yeah, he did some playing.
Mm-hmm.
Black Belt. Yes, I have used the D'Addario and NYXLs. They're very good strings. They're just too expensive.
Do they last?
They do, but
like you know how greasy I am, right?
But the thing with me is I don't have
grease,
horrible pH in my fingers, so a regular set of strings can last a while for me. They don't get grimy. They just don't. These strings have been on this guitar since I got the guitar back, and they still feel brand new to me. They don't even have divots in them. They still feel brand new. This guitar has 4 weeks now. Fine.
4 weeks, wow. And you've been playing the crap out of it, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's still live. It's still very live. And they're just GHS boomers.
Do you wash your hands right before you play, or use like?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I just have very very low pH in my fingers.
Yeah, because I'm sweating right now. Always sweating. Always nervous. Always laughing.
Wow. Black Belt's played 7 shows with those strings? What? That is nuts.
They must be good.
Yeah.
I used to change them after 2 shows. Not that I was worried about them being dead, just because I was worried about breaking them. Because I play very hard when I'm yeah.
On tour every 2 shows I would totally restring. I would have 2 guitars, restring both. I would get to the venue, and I would go and find a table somewhere and just restring.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you hit that 3rd show, you're thinking about it the whole time. Like, man, I didn't change them. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Lighter, and you're not really getting into it.
Or you start using thinner picks, thinner and thinner and thinner.
Couldn't do it with the thins.
That's what I used to do.
Tom Light says, "Can we request a tabletop EVH synth?" I don't really know what that means.
Like that? Or are you talking about the where's my iPad? The Electro Harmonics? Are you talking about that?
Well, black belt, if you play hard, then I would be worried about just breaking them, not as far as them wearing out. I mean, that depends on your, like your skin or your hands sweating, like Dave said. But I don't know. You are on borrowed time, in my eyes.
Huh?
I'd be nervous.
Get me. Roland has the redone synths one with EVH tones. Oh, okay.
Wait a second. Like what? Like a little keyboard?
I think Johnny's going to be doing. He's going to be doing a little.
Well, I mean, this is just one. This is just one. You got the Electro-Harmonix mini synthesizer app.
Come on, show us, Johnny. Come on.
Inhaling sounds, and I'm going to go buy an iPad right now.
Come on, do something.
All it has is the one that he actually used. He actually used one of the real things for Sunday afternoon in the park.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and where's my speaker at? Can you even hear that?
Sounded like I.
What? I don't think that's the speaker.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's up here.
Bow, 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 bow. Hit it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just pressing notes, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't have like the "Why Can't This Be Love"?
Well, not this. No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe what he's talking about does, but no. This is just the one.
Tom, can you put in here what model of the Roland keyboard you're talking about, or synth? Which one has the EVH sounds? Because that's awesome.
We had talked about that before. If it'd be cool if EVH came out with a synthesizer, with all those preset sounds from all those songs,
I'd love to hear some keyboards if they ever do another album.
Were there any
On Different Kind of Truth? No.
Different Kind of Truth? There was a synth on Tattoo. There was no were there any keyboard songs on that record though?
No. I mean, there might be stuff in the background here and there, but as far as the main instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Locke asks, "Is it humanly possible to tremolo pick like Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like this type thing that he does? This?
It is.
It's tough to do when you got to hold the guitar up. Yeah.
I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it exactly like the way Eddie does it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it either. I need, when I'm doing the tremolo picking, I need to basically anchor or have my palm.
There are times when I can do it and times when I certainly can't do it.
Yeah, there's got to be. I mean, it has to do with the way you hold, the pick. It has to, you got to hold it the way he does,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like when you tremolo pick. I guess one of the keys to doing that is holding the pick sideways. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, if you hold it dead on, you're going to be digging in too much.
And of course, Eddie uses super thin picks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he's basically just moving his wrist.
Motoring, yeah, he's motoring.
He's getting like a spasm going.
Fulcrum picking, I like to call it. Fulcrum picking. I don't know why, but that sounded cool to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wake up!
Sorry, it's what happens when I read the
Oh,
Yeah,
you're reading.
reading the chat.
The keys on So Good are freaking awesome. Kenny Dave says. So
Stan
good.
Adams asks Dave, "Do you have an Eddie guitar with the fold-out back piece like he used?" No, I don't.
But you have the drill holes in it.
With the tray table, yes, I do have the drill holes in it, but I don't have the tray table.
Mm-hmm. It'd be cool to have one of those. Not the holes. I mean,
For,
the actual
for
thing.
what? What would it be cool for? To eat your dinner off of?
For yeah, you're playing your guitar. You flip it up. You can eat your dinner. You can keep playing. No, for playing slide. You know.
Okay.
Remember these perfect pitch ads?
Yeah. See, look at that guy. He's trying to look like Eddie. Dave's gonna get mad now.
Yeah, man.
He's smiling. Yeah, he's got the hair.
Oh, no, you got it all wrong. You got it all wrong.
It's got the tabs for Judgment Day in here. Guitar and bass. There it is. I wonder where this guitar is. The Spank guitar.
I'm sure he still has it.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, they built that for him for live.
Yeah, he didn't
For
use
live.
that in the studio for that song, correct?
No. He used an actual Dan Electro bass, 6-string bass, you know, or baritone or whatever.
Here's a great shot. Makes me all warm and fuzzy.
I like those pants.
That's where MC Hammer got the idea from.
Yeah, those are the MC Hammer pants. Hammer time pants. What are they called? Parachute pants?
Hammer time.
Kind of. Let's see this one.
What happens if you have hammer toe?
Or camel. Never mind.
No.
You can't see it through those pants. They're too baggy. And then this one's great, man. I love this one.
That's probably from the same show, no?
Eddie with the smoke hanging out of his mouth. And Sam, he looks like, I don't know if that's a pair of like panties he's got around. I thought it was a pair of goggles at first.
I thought so too. Looked like goggles.
Yep. I think they're a pair. Somebody had some bloomers on in the crowd.
Bloomers.
Yep.
Late bloomers.
Look at the sneakers.
Those are Reeboks.
Yep. It's cool, man. Whoa! Almost dropped my guitar on my keyboard. That wouldn't have been good.
I think Dave's done that.
Another one from the 5150 tour.
Yes, the black parachute pants. They weren't as big. They were a little less. They were a little tighter.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cool stuff in this magazine.
Which magazine is that? What's the front cover?
It's the same one with the fupa.
Oh, I have that. Yeah, I have that. You're going to use that word all the time now.
What the heck? The page. Oh, that page just fell out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
The No Bozo shirt.
Yeah, I have that as my happy birthday to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw this last night. I got something cut out here. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it's on some poster board in some landfill. Look, Van Halen 2 again. That same. Look at the floor. That's ridiculous how much stuff.
Haven't ever heard of a vacuum? What's wrong with those guys?
It helps the image when you know.
Yeah, that they're filthy.
What guitar's on the floor there? What is that one?
Dana Electric.
That's the one that was up on the cabinet earlier.
Mm-hmm. So.
And then there's that Strat back there with the Dan Electro headstock.
Let me look
right behind him.
Yeah, right behind Eddie.
with a white pickguard, and I believe that's what he used for the intro to Women in Love. The tapping part
Yep.
was
Ah,
that Strat.
it's not focusing, but you get the point.
Hmm. Well, thanks to pictures like that, that's what my basement looked like when I was a teenager. Except it was all Mountain Dew and Pepsi cans instead.
And the back page of this one was neat. The ad for the 5150 amp. And it had all the guitarists that were using it. Joe Satch, let's see, Brad Whitford from Aerosmith, Dweezil Zappa, Andy Timmons, Leonard Skinner was using it, Richie Sambora, Steve Brown, there you go, Ted Nugent. Yeah, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Axart Guitars, I think, is asking what are the best EVH guitars for playing EVH?
EVH1 or is that EVH?
I don't know.
Best EVH guitar for playing EVH. Well, to me, the best guitar I've ever played for playing all that style and stuff. The best guitar was the Frankenstein replica, the official one. It's amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hungarian folk, huh? Okay.
Same thing.
And Southern Death Country. Well, if you want to play metal, these guitars are good for that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the EVH Wolfgang guitars, you can play anything, any
Mhm.
style of whatever you like with those guitars.
Good night, Bruce.
Good night, Bruce.
Hey, who is that? Is that Bruce? Good night, Bruce.
Let me just quickly run through these covers real fast. I won't go through the articles, but
Yeah, do that. Axart Guitars, you can use any guitar to play any style of music, and it'd be good. If you enjoy the guitar, you can play any style of music with any guitar that you like.
BB Ninja, anyone use Thick Jazz 3 and those kind of picks? I do not. What would be the difference of a jazz pick compared to a normal standard round,
Those the ones he's talking about aren't those they're really small?
Yeah. Black belt, yellow belt, you're not blocked. What was your question?
Oh, he was talking about Brian May's wet, dry, wet rig, I guess.
What about it?
Who copied who?
I don't think either copied either.
When was the Game tour for Prince?
Never heard of it.
Oh no, it was Brian May. It was the Game. That's Queen.
I mean, Prince. Sorry, Queen, Prince. Yeah.
That was
You
a
know what I'm
Queen.
talking about.
That was a Queen tour. When was that? Was that early 80s?
Mm-hmm.
82. Okay, so he's saying maybe Eddie got the idea for the wet, dry, wet from Brian May, which could have been because they were
That's right.
they made records together.
That's very true.
Have you ever heard that, Jay? You ever heard the record that Eddie did with Brian May?
No, I did not.
Or it was Brian May's record. Actually, it wasn't even a record. It was just them just hanging out, just jamming, just having a good time.
You gotta hand it to me.
And Brian came across the tapes at one point and asked Eddie if he could release them, and that's how that record came out.
Well, do you think Eddie's happy that Gene Simmons is releasing some Van Halen stuff?
I don't know.
We'll have to ask him.
I mean, a lot of people want to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
Who's making the money?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bozique, the Wolfgangs are really, really good for blues in the middle position with moderate overdrive. Yeah, sound very cool.
I agree.
Hey, Isaac. Yeah. Welcome back, man.
BB Ninja, you can get small, medium, or large, but it was the thickness I was asking about. Okay. What gauge do you use? Because I don't think, I mean, the 60s for a Tortex, I don't really feel those are super thin, you know? But I guess they kind of are compared to what you can get. I used to use the purple Tortexes, and those are, I think, are a 1, are they? Or are they thicker than that? And I used to just destroy strings with those things.
Those purple ones?
Yeah.
Oh. I've got a Fender version, and that's a 1.14.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Fender version of those.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, they're super heavy.
Yeah. Heavy metal.
Chit Chat says, cool show, you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Debbie Locke says 5150 or Wolfgang. Favorite? Both. I like them both. I've got both.
Mm-hmm. But if you had to choose,
I don't have to choose.
The Desert Island question.
well, I would take an acoustic.
All right, with an amp and a passport and a power supply to plug it into.
You need power.
Mm-hmm. Let's say Desiree said you can only hang one guitar up on that
Desiree
wall.
Island? Desiree Island?
Yeah. Which would you hang up? The Wolfgang or the 5150?
Neither.
You play them both.
I don't.
Which one?
Desiree, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that was cool. It was 5150 Friday for them this morning, so.
Yeah. Wow, look at this. When the sun goes down, it really changes. As far as 5150, or you're talking about the guitar, either let's say you're talking about either a 1 pickup guitar or a 2 pickup guitar. I would say 2 pickup guitar.
It would be this for me.
Well, that's a combination of the two right there.
There you go. What I'm saying is it would be a 2 pickup guitar with a Floyd Rose on it.
So wait, you like that guitar more than your 5150?
I'm in love. I'm in love with this guitar. I'm in love. I'm infatuated with this particular guitar. Love it. I love everything about it.
It's not because it's kind of new still because you just got it back?
No, it's. I remember when I had first got it before I didn't have it for a long time. I remember saying, I can't wait to get this guitar back with big frets in it because it's going to be my favorite guitar. I remember saying that. It felt, the neck has this thing to it that I can't explain. It's just this guitar, I knew I was going to love it when I first had it. And for years and years and years, I forgot about it because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
But when I got it back, I was like, I instantly remembered the oh my God thing about it.
It's funny, isn't it? When you play a guitar and then don't play it for a while, the second you pick it up, you instantly remembered how it felt. It's like, it's crazy.
What I remembered when I got the guitar back was, oh yeah, that's this neck. I forgot that was this neck. I was like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm in trouble because now every guitar has to feel like this one. You know, and I was like, oh, but it's a good thing because now I have it. I've got it back, and I can play it. I'm lucky. I got it.
He's got it.
I've got it. So it is what it is. It's fine. But if I was to lose this guitar now, I'd be super bummed.
Mm-hmm. So that's the one you're taking with you to the desert island.
The Desiree Island.
The Desiree Island?
That's the guitar that stays in the bedroom now.
Actually,
Got its own pillow.
I'll tell you something. There are no guitars in my bedroom. This is the first time in a long time that there are no guitars and no amplifiers in my bedroom. Everything's out here.
It's all stuffed animals now?
No stuff.
No, just real animals. Some farm animals.
No farm animals.
You can hear them go moo.
Black Belt says 7/8. I wish my wife would listen into these hangouts. She thinks I'm nuts. That's normal, man. You know? That's why I have my wife in this chat, so she realizes how nuts I am.
I don't think it's the chats that she doesn't need to realize that from the chats. You're just nuts.
Yeah. Well, no, I get it. I mean, could you like to be the same thing if my wife was sitting there on YouTube with listening to a chat with like 2 women on it talking about makeup or something? I'd be like, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but hey, we all love what we love.
So now that I have you guys on here, I just remembered this as well. I want to put this out there and see what you guys think. Johnny, I don't know if you've ever played an Ibanez Gem guitar, especially the first 3. You know, the Shocking Pink, the Desert Sun Yellow, or the
Green.
Loch Ness Green from 1987. But a buddy of mine has one of each of those that are for sale.
What?
Yeah, he's selling all. He has a bunch of. He's just a big gem guy, but he's got. And these are not the 30th anniversary ones. These are original ones. Yeah. So I offered him my 1984 striped Van Halen today for the yellow one.
Yellow one's the rare one, correct?
No, the green one's the rare one.
Okay.
But I know that he really doesn't want to get rid of that. So I figured the yellow. I like yellow anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him today. I said, so you still interested in one of my guitars? He's like, yeah, but I don't have the money to buy one. I said, well, how about I trade you one of my guitars for your yellow gem? And he says, oh, let me think about that. I'll let you know by Sunday. What do you guys think about that?
What?
Who's gonna go first, Johnny?
I wasn't even listening. What? So you're trading one of your guitars for a yellow gem, as you're saying?
I offered one of my striped framers for a yellow gem.
Mm-hmm.
The 1984.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll answer since Johnny's just sitting there.
And what? You want to know if we think that's a good idea?
BB Ninja, I know the green one is rarer, but I also know that my buddy can get $5,000 for that guitar, and he's not gonna just give that guitar up. So that's why I said the yellow one. I would rather have the green one, of course, but he's not getting rid of the green one. He may as well be keeping that one.
Where's your 84 guitar?
It's in the pack of it's in there. Look up. I mean,
no, I know what it looks like. I'm just.
It's a Kramer. It's an amazing one. It's a good one. It's one of my favorite ones, but it's not my 5150. I'm not selling any of them, but I'm not getting rid of the 5150. I'm not getting rid of any of them.
But you could always build a new.
I can always build another one. Yes. Yeah. But I know the 84 this particular one is pretty fantastic. It's it's not the one that I go to every time I grab a striped guitar, but it's still good enough that if I had to grab it, I would love it. Like it's one of my favorite ones, but it's not my favorite one. And to trade it for a gem.
Sorry, I was saying if I was you in your situation with all the guitars that you have, I might do it just because, you don't have a guitar like that, correct? And you could always build another 84 if you really, really were like, man, I want that guitar. I know it's never going to feel the same, but you could still build another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
And
do it.
I can pretty much guarantee that I can make another one feel the same as that one.
Yeah, I would do it.
I mean, I'm if he wants to do it. I mean, it's hinging on whether he wants to do it.
Mhm.
But if he wants to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your guys' take on it. I mean, I know that it's a great deal. To get an original gem, Ibanez gem, I mean, they're like $3,500 now.
Yeah.
You know,
What does he want for the pink one?
for the pink one was
The pink one.
the pink one was his main guitar forever, and it's really beat up.
Mhm.
But it's beat up from use, not from like someone relicking it. It was really, really, it's worn down, and it looks really cool because it's the one that he uses every day,
Mhm.
and he's used it since '87. But I think that's his everyday guitar. I don't think that's for sale.
Okay.
And I think what he wanted to do was sell all three. I mean, he's got every incarnation of every gem you've ever seen. And he's got John Petrucci. He's an Ibanez guy.
Yeah.
So he's got. I mean, since you used to be an Ibanez endorser, you know, he's got Prestiges. He's got the Petruccis. He's got a couple of Petruccis that Petrucci gave him.
Oh man.
He's got a lot of stuff, and his gem collection is ridiculous.
Does he have the floral pattern gem?
He does.
Oh, that one's cool, man.
And I think he's got a blue floral as well, an original blue floral. But the yellow one, I've always wanted a yellow one because I know that for a while, Vi used the yellow one on the Skyscraper tour. Was one of his main axes for Skyscraper just before the floral.
Yeah.
But I know that it's in immaculate condition. This one that I'd be getting. It even has the trem guard on it. If you know what the trem guard is.
Was that a
There's a little guard that went over that edge trem that when
was it a bar type of looking thing?
No, it wasn't a bar. It was a little palm rest that went over the trem that when you put your hand over it,
That's
the
right.
trem wouldn't go sharp.
I do remember that.
And you can only get them on those like on the first couple hundred guitars in '87 because Ibanez did not have the patent on it.
Yeah, I would do it. I would do it.
So
Those early Ibanez's are really good. Like I said before, the 91 universe I have blows away the 2000 universe that I have. Blows it away. It doesn't even feel like the same, guitar at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I've played the new ones, and they don't feel like that original.
They don't have that magic.
No, they're cool. They're cool looking. They're not the same colors. The colors are off. The neck does not feel anything like the other one.
Not even close. Not even close.
But whatever. But but that's the cool thing about why I want this guitar is because it's a real '87. The original case with it.
The chance to get one of those down the road might be really, really tough.
Yeah, and he still may say no. But he was when I spoke to him today. He was like, "Ooh, I'm interested. Let me think about that." So we'll see.
Yeah. Who said they're going? Black Belt's going to see Dream Theater in Chicago next month. Images and Words in its entirety. Oh man, if only they would get Kevin Moore back on keyboards. Because I am not a Jordan Rudess fan at all. Great, phenomenal keyboard player, like just ridiculously great. But I prefer melody over a million notes a second,
Right.
Are you a Dream Theater fan at all, Dave?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'm not really a prog rock guy at all. I respect it. I think you got to be
as a guitar player and a musician. You got it, right?
You got to be an amazing musician to play that music, but it does nothing for me. I mean, I love Mike Portnoy, because I think, I'm a big Winery Dogs fan.
Mhm.
And I think without Dream Theater, there would be no Winery Dogs. So, thanks to Dream Theater, Mike Portnoy is here, and he's in the Winery Dogs.
Yeah.
But I just that whole Dream Theater thing, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So I'm not that big of a Portnoy fan. I think he was better on the earlier albums, like Images and Words and Awake. He was really original and really good and innovative. But then after that, it just got too much, double bass and like the quads, kind of lazy with his drumming. And Mike Mangini is their drummer now, and he is one of the best drummers on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they don't really let him do too much. But that's another chat,
Right.
I'll start a Dream Theater chat with me and Black Belt.
All right.
I don't know anything about any of that, but what happened with the yellow guitar? I was gone for that, but no, the one of the guys in it's not. I don't think he's in Dream Theater anymore. There's a new band with Sheehan and
Oh, you're talking about
Who put the chickens out? The
Derek-
Winery Dogs.
Derek.
No. It's with Billy
Richard
Sheehan.
Johnson.
No.
Oh,
Derek
no.
Sherinian or something? Is that?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was just here.
Yeah, their old keyboard player.
He was just here. He's from up here over the weekend. I guess he was up here hanging out.
Yeah, I think he only lasted.
That's all I know.
1 or 2 records with them.
Hmm. Yeah. So what happened with the yellow guitar? You're getting a yellow guitar now? Or should I just
Johnny,
rewind?
you're gonna have to rewatch the video.
Okay.
I'm not getting anything.
But I'll be cutting out like 5 minutes into this video, so I'll never see it. And it's Rob's fault.
Nah, Black Belt, man, you gotta Train of Thought. I thought was a killer record, and then after that, I think they kind of dropped out a little bit.
I don't know. Although I think there was something going on with some of the with Dream Theater and the drummer and that keyboard player. They had some sort of
Beef
in between them, which I don't know anything about. But I'm Facebook friends with the keyboard player, and he was commenting to somebody's comment, and there was something going on with that band.
Yeah,
Which I don't know. I have no idea.
I can fill you in when we chat sometime. Band drama,
Yeah. You guys good?
I'm good.
I'm
good. Yeah, I just had to tuck the
Johnny's
chickens
been
in.
good. He's been away from his computer for the past.
Yeah,
15
no,
minutes.
he was tucking the chickens in.
Yeah. All right. Great to see you guys.
Yes.
Dave,
Having
Same
on.
here.
Jay, everybody, Showman, Bozique, Desiree, Stan, Black Belt, everybody that's been watching or listening, thank you. And it'd been so long since I heard anything from Tone Talk. I didn't know they were on tonight, but apparently they're on. So everybody,
Oh.
jump from here, jump over to Tone Talk, and tell them we sent you.
Do they do the same for you?
Probably not. Tone-talk.com. Yes. Echo. All right. I'm kind of Showman. Look at this. I'm turning blue again.
At least, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
All right. See you guys. Have a great time. Leave a thumbs up on your way out. And have a good night. All right.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
guys.
See ya.
See ya, Connor. JohnnyBean.net. Bye, Bozique.